This conference will now be recorded.
Now you can see, hope you can see in my screen.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. So we'll take one simple example. With this example, so we'll understand the concept of object-oriented. Last time we saw yesterday. Again, I'll revise a little bit about that topic. We saw the concept called object-oriented programming, and we cover little bit related to interview, which is totally related to interview, but we see only conceptual part. And now today we will see object-oriented things, which practical things. Okay. So again, I will revise it. If you have any doubt, you can ask me this question, any question, anytime. Okay. So let me try one simple program in Python. So first of all, what we see basically in object-oriented programming,
Mujahid, you gone mute. We are unable to hear you.
can you hear me? Hello.
Yeah, no. Yes, no good. Yes.
Okay. So we can develop application related to Windows or web or mobile through object-oriented programming. Through system programming, we can do it. System programming means operating system. If you want to create, we can do it through this object-oriented technique, and we also can do the automation stuff. Okay, automation stuff. So even server management also, server handling also. So these all things we can do through methodology of object-oriented programming, because this type of programming we use usually in enterprise level application. We use in enterprise level application. If you have application which is totally enterprise level, so that time you use object-oriented programming. And the purpose of object-oriented, some characteristics of object-oriented programming is basically number one, of classes and object. Number two, inheritance. In between both, we have some concept called data abstraction, data encapsulation. These features we have. Then here we have inheritance and then polymorphism. These things we have to. So last time, yesterday, we saw the concept data abstraction, data encapsulation concept. It's very easy, but total theoretical. The concept of data abstraction is basically based on class and objects, remember. So protecting data is called data encapsulation, remember. What is class? As a definition of class, what we see, class is basically a set of member. You can say a set of member. That member can be data member or method. These two members we have in a class, and that class member, what is the actual class? Class is basically a template, and based on this template we create an instance, and that instance is called object, and that template whatever we design is called class, remember. So two things are there, template and instance. So from one template we can create multiple instances, remember. So from one template we can create multiple instances, and each instance contain whatever we define in template. Suppose I create one class abc colon, and here I'll define def f1. So through this def, some written, I'll written code, and now with the help of abc object equal to abc and open close bracket. So abc object here dot, I can call f1 function. Why? Because it is available in this class, and with the help of this instance, this is called instance, or you can say object. So object, instance, all are same, remember. So here with the help of instance you can call its member. So I'm calling its member. Okay, so this is the concept of object oriented programming. Now here what we did, what is called data abstraction. If we have multiple instance variable, like example, I have integer a equal to 10, b equal to 20, c equal to 30. So these values, remember, these value can be accessed through this object. So if you display with this value, you will get the value of a. So these are the members. So now here we have list of members, and these members are a, b, c, and f1. These are the member. The type of member, two type of member, data member and function member. So these three called data member, and f1 is called function member. Now here what we did, through abc object dot a, that means I'm fetching particular member from set of members, right? From set of members. So this is called data abstraction. I'm fetching particular data, only particular data. So this is called what? Data abstraction. What I required a, so I'm just calling a. So this is called data abstraction. Remember, what is data abstraction? Fetching what actually you require, the abstract, the juice, what actually you require. So this is called data abstraction. In data abstraction, we fetch data what we require. We have list of data here. Remember, three data we have here, and in that we are fetching only what we need. I need only A, or I need only C. So I'm fetching only C. Whether it is B and A is available, but I'm fetching only C because what I required. So this is called data abstraction concept. And data encapsulation means securing these members. Securing these member is called data abstraction. So what is the definition of data abstraction? Securing member is called data encapsulation. And what is data abstraction? What you need, fetch that, which is called data abstraction. And in inheritance, which is called reusability. Okay, reusability. And in this reusability, what we have actually, with the help of reusability, we can reduce the code. So with the help of reusability, remember, we reduce the code. We can reduce the code with the help of reusability. This is the feature of object-oriented, you can say characteristics of object-oriented programming. In that we reduce the code and we will write one times only. So suppose I write class A, and here in this class I create some different methods, f1, def, f1, and some code, and again I'm calling f2, f3, some code. Now here I can call b a colon like this. So def f2 I can write like this, and then I'll write some code here. And now with the help of this class b, I can create an object, b object, and here open close brackets. Listen, f1, f2, b2, b, then f2 we can call. Remember, this is also possible. Why? Because b contained this member. Now one another thing, one advantage of inheritance is what? B dot f1. This can call or not? Tell me.
Yeah, since it is inherited with the class from class A, so can be called actually.
What about others?
Yes, sir, I can.
Yes, because it's inherited with this class. So whatever the members in this class, we can access through this object of b. So b object through B object we can access its member. So this is called inheritance concept. So in inheritance, we are not defining again and again these methods f1 and f3. Just we inherit that, so we can easily call through this object of child class. So this is called child class, and this is basically parent class. Okay. Now let's see example practically. So it would be good for us. We'll take simple example which will help us to do some programs in that. So we'll take the example of some object-oriented programming, which is related to the destructor and constructor and other stuff also. So I'll take one class called parent class. Bird I'll take. So colon will define this is a block. Okay, and underscore init. What in by underscore? That means it is basically a constructor, right?
Constructor.
And how we can call this constructor?
Init, yeah.
This is called definition. Remember, how we can call this constructor? Is there any technique to call? I just want to call the constructor and check whether it's working or not.
Now, whenever it is declared, it will automatically getting called, right? Or you create an object for the class, then it will automatically get called, right?
Yes, when you declare an object of that class, so the constructor will automatically call. Now let me try with some example here. I'll do practically. So I'll write here open command from, and from that what I will do, I'll try to call this constructor. So help me about how to call this constructor. Yes guys, help me how we can call. If I try to run this program, what is the output now? Nothing. Remember, nothing I'll get. Output is nothing. Why? Because I am just creating a class. I'm not creating any initializing an object or anything, nothing. So how we can call the class object?
B equal to bird of or
B
something.
bird
Bird.
and open close bracket. Remember,
Yeah.
open close bracket is important. Yes. So when you write like this, so what happens when you try to execute, you will get one message. Now with this line number 9 will execute constructor, and whatever we have in this constructor, it will automatically call. So this is very important for us. Now we'll go in detail about again little bit. So I'll create another class, suppose penguin, and it's also bird, and here I'll write def underscore init, because I want to create an constructor of my child class. Remember, this is child class. Where is child class? Penguin is my child class. Okay, and here I'm writing the definition, means print penguin is ready, or some message. Now see, who is this is also method. Who is this also method, and this method is called function overriding. In this also question asked in interview, overriding. This is very important question. In interview they will ask you, because in class, if the parent class have some function with some argument, and same thing if child class also has same thing, so this type of function is called function overriding. And there is another function, suppose here I'll try to execute it and just finish this function first. So here I'm writing some message penguin. Okay, and def and swim, and the speed I'll write self comma speed. So this is method. Swim method is called what? Can you tell me what we can say
This is
receiving.
this is
Function.
overloading actually,
Yes,
because
function
like the same
overload.
function, yeah, the same function with one argument is getting added to another argument. So
Yes, correct. So here this is called function overloading. Remember, both are different. Remember how we can say different. Overloading means changing some parameters. Here changing some parameters. See, here is changing, and this is function overriding. Why? Both are same, exactly same. So this is called overriding, and this is called overloading. So overriding and overloading is possible, remember. And this type of function which is a little bit different, which is overloading, and this is called compile time polymorphism. Why we say compile time? What is the why we say this is compile time polymorphism? Because with this function, you will, at the time of compilation, compiler will understand what I need to execute. Remember, so at the time of compilation, this compiler will understand which one I need to pick. Because if we are passing some argument, then definitely it will pick this same method. If we are not passing any argument, then definitely it will fetch this same method. So based on the arguments, or based on the behavior, the code, it will understand. So this is called compile time polymorphism, whereas this is called runtime polymorphism. At the time of run, we will find out which type of function we need to choose. Let me describe this function again. Means I'll call these functions in detail, so it would be good. Or you can write one another function, normal function also we can write. Here it is one normal function I'm writing, run self, and then open bracket, and then run faster. Some message I'll write. Now Peggy equal to some penguin. I'm creating an object of my child class. Remember, this is my child class. I'm creating an object. So when I create this object, it will automatically call what? Penguin is ready. Penguin is ready. This message will come. Why? Because line number 19 executed. So in computer memory, when it will try to execute, it will allocate some memory for these classes. When you declare object, what happened? It understand, okay, I need to create an object of this class. So it already know how many members in this class. So it will allocate memory for that much of memory in this object. Remember, and then we can write Maggie and dot who is this. Now tell me what it will call. Now there is some confusion. What it will call? Let's check with the example. If you can try Chaitanya.
it will call penguin, right?
Penguin. Why? Because object is the object of that class is available. We can call from Peggy object the parent class member, which is already overridden. But that time we need to do some coding. For that we require something called super class, super keyword. We'll see later about that. But remember, we can only, by default it will call the member what we required. It's available. Based on object, it will call a member. There are two members here, function member, method member. We have two times it we define. So birds and penguin, two sides same thing. So it will call the based on object. Now let me try with this example, bird. Now here there is a little bit confusion, I'll tell you. Bird dot who is this. Now what is output? Obviously output is bird. Why? Because we create an object of bird, and through bird object we are calling particular member, so it will not call this one. So this is a function overriding concept. So this definitely they will ask you, if they are asking about polymorphism, they definitely ask you this type of question. What is the question? What is different between overriding and overloading? Can you tell me, guys? Hmm?
Overriding is something, the function which is having a variable. So the same variable getting overridden in another function, basically. That is, I mean, that is called overriding. Overloading is like a function which is having a variable. In the other class, we are adding one more variable to it. That is called overloading.
Ashok, what you said? Yeah, it is correct, but a little bit advance I need.
I'm thinking to give the right words actually.
Override
So
means when it's a runtime, it will override that variable, right? Override the class.
I'm talking about method. Remember, you don't need to tell the variable. Overriding, basically the member. It can be anything.
Yeah.
So function overloading means I'm talking about only function, not variable, not data. I'm talking about method. This method I'm talking. So those they are def and this open close bracket. I'm talking about that. So in function overriding, and the definition how you can say in function overriding, the child class member signature of that member method member is same as parent class method signature. You can you can use word as signature or parameter. So they should satisfy your answer. In interview they should satisfy, because if you talk like that they definitely accept your talk. So you need to tell the word signature or parameter. I'm agree with this Chaitanya answer, but the
Yeah.
in answer I need that word, remember. So what you will tell, the parameters, you can say parameter or signature. That means the argument and return type. This is called, remember what is the meaning of this thing. It is a set of argument, how many arguments you have, and return type. Whatever you have, same thing, return value. uh, Collection of both is called signature or parameter. The argument or the parameter is same in child and parent, which is called function overriding. In function overriding, the child class, this is child class, right? Child class member method, or you can say function, is same as parent class method. Signature is same or parameter is same. So which is called function overriding. Whereas here, another class, we'll see another object, Peggy dot speed. Now, sorry, same. And here if I'm passing some argument 10, that means I'm calling particular method. Which method I'm calling? Guys, help me.
The second one in the class penguin. No, using second class, we are trying to call the first function of swim self. Swim faster. Right?
Yes, it will call the member second class. Second member means the definition of second method. Remember why? Because I'm passing some argument. So let
Yeah.
me check this example. I'll try to write execute the program, and now we will see if we are passing. If remember, if we are passing some argument, so it should call second one. The speed is 10. Remember, because I already defined. I already defined because I'm passing some argument. That means I'm defining call those member which had this change different signature. So here, what is the difference between both? Parameter or signature is changed, whereas here both are same. It's same. So overriding means same, overriding, same thing. Overloading means different, change. Remember the word over we got confused, so that's why I'm telling you. Think about overloading. Loading means the parameters or signature is changed. So here in loading we change the parameters and signature. It can be change anything, either arguments. Remember, it can change arguments, return value, anything it can change. And now if I'm trying to call same member without argument, so what I will call, oh sorry, remember it is not callable because exactly two arguments we need to specify, and we given one argument only, means self we given here, so we not given another argument. So we will see how we can call this type of method, and we can call this type of member, but we need to write some code for that. So def test and then self test for. So there is no confusion here, so it will directly understand. See, test is also a parent class member. Test is also parent class member, but we can call through child class object. Whereas I was trying to call same method, it got confused because it is a runtime decision, na? Same method, so it got confused. Here it will give you error. Why? Because it's not possible, because you need to specify these values. So it will overloading concept. This is called overloading concept. Whereas in overriding, we can override the method and directly it will call what object you have. So based on object, it will call. Here based on object, what it will call? It will display birds. It will display. Whereas here it will display what object you specify. Here we specify penguin, Peggy, and that is penguin class object. So it will display penguin. So this is the difference between other classes. Remember, any doubt, any question, guys?
No doubts.
So, Chaitanya, any doubt? Hello?
No, we are clear.
Hmm. So this is one example. So now we'll see another concept called inheritance. Inheritance. In inheritance, what we see, we can call its member, and that member can be, we can easily accept that member's argument. Based on that, we will call this all things. Okay. Now what we have concept called, in that we can directly define the objects, and we can use in constructor destructor also. Now, it's easy to call that members also, remember. But the main thing is what we can write a program which will help us to create a polymorphism concept. Sometimes we require polymorphism, and what type of polymorphism we require? We require different types of polymorphism: overloading, overriding, and super keyword. These all things we require. Let me try with some example of super class. So in that, I'll write some simple program which will help us to understand what is the purpose of super class, and then we will directly call a child class, so parent class member through child object. Here we are not able to uh, call this bird. Remember, this bird is not able to call through this object, child object. So let me try one simple program. We'll take parent class. Here we'll pass object. So object is one class which is by default created by system, and here I will write altered system created class, and I inherited that class, and now I'm writing some message here, print parent altered function call, some message I written. Okay, simple. I'll write def another, not more, class, another class will write here child class, and child class is inherited with parent class. Def altered, and same signature, writing here same signature, and writing print before call, and here I'll write super. Now super will call a member of parent, so you need to specify the child here, and then self, and then after that you will get an object of parent, and through parent you can call parent member, remember. So this is the example of calling this thing. After call I'll write here, and then I'll write here, dad equal to parent, son equal to child. Two object I created, remember, dad dot altered, son dot altered. So let me try with example this same program we have. So we'll get this output. Why this output? Because we call dad dot altered first. In that dad dot altered, we return this message. So parent altered function called. So this will call your parent function first, and then here, and then it will display this before call. Now tell me why this line comes first. Why this line comes first? Parent altered function called, because parent altered function called is written in the parent class, right? And when we try to execute these things, so if I not create an object of this member son, and I'll just display the member of this, so I'll try it, I'll get only that detail, because we create an object and we are trying to call this member. Okay, so this is the main thing here we need to understand, because super keyword we can call its parent member super keyword. This is called super keyword, so that you can call parent member. Hello, any doubt, any question, guys? So here we are not able to call the member of child parent, we only able to call penguin. So with the help of object only it is possible to call member of parent, but remember it is possible to call uh, through child object a parent member. How? Using this thing. This is called super function. Okay. Any question, guys?
No.
No, Mujahid.
Okay. So we'll see a little bit advancements in that. We will do something advanced changes. Some interview question they ask related to static variable, static thing, which is interesting. In that, what we will do, some rules we need to remember, and the rules are basically, just let me close this whole thing. I'm closing this one. Now here I'll write a class, simple class example, and with example class I'll write a static variable. Any name you can specify, I'm waiting for understanding static variable. So this is access through object. Remember, you can access through object, and this is static member. Access through your class. We usually create an object and can access through object, but here it is possible to call this member through class. So this is called, this will print what? It will print the 5. Remember, so this is type of member is called static variable. So when I run this program, I'll get 5. Okay, getting your point. Even you can call this member throw instance equal to example close bracket and then print instance the static variable. This is also possible. Still it will display you 5 because first time line number 47, line number 50, 4 side 5. So this is called static variable. Static variable.
Mujahid,
So
your
instance
screen,
variable
Mujahid, you have to scroll down your screen, I think. I'm not able to see. I can see till 42 row only actually in your screen.
Now 52 I written 56.
No, I
No,
think it got
only
hang, I
42.
think.
Yeah.
Now it's updated.
No, still in 42.
Yeah.
Let me change some. Give me.
And now,
Yeah,
now it
now
now it scrolled. Yeah.
Okay, right?
Mujahid, your voice is not clear.
Okay, now.
Yeah, now it's okay.
Sorry. So this thing we have with this static variable we can access through class. Remember, what is static? Now in interview, remember in interview they will ask you some question related to static. So static is a variable. Static can be variable, class, or method, but we usually use for static as a variable. Why we need to use this static variable? Because we need to access through class. Now, if we are accessing through object, what is the benefit through class? So we no need to create an object, and the static member is hold the memory till the whole program terminate. Remember, it will hold the memory till whole program will get terminated. Even though you not create an object, it will allocate some memory. Remember, when it will compile the class, it will allocate some memory, and that memory we can access through we can access the static variable through class or an instance, or you can say an object of that class. So this is possible with this thing. Now we will do one thing. We will try to write some static programs. Let me see you one program, and with the help of this, we will do in detail about other stuff also. So what we can do with this static? Remember, through static, you can do many things, and there are concept called static methods, and little bit advanced. I'm accepting this is a little bit advanced. I am going, but it's very interesting and it's very important for us. So let me try to cover these things. Guys, you understand this question? This you understand this concept? First, you tell me in the example static variable. You understand?
Yes, Mujahid. Yes.
Yeah.
So let me try a little bit advanced in this example colon, and then I'll write some variable here equal to double quotation example, and then after this example I will write this is called decorator. This is advanced topic. This is called decorator. With the help of decorator, we can write def static. Static is also one type of keyword, and here I'll display some message. And here I'll write %s. What is %s? I want to display some string. Static open close bracket called, and then percent symbol example dot name, that name variable. So in static we can call static members. And now we are writing something here, which is class of string 1 example. That means what? I'm inheriting parent class example in child class of string 1, and here I'll write name and some value of string 1. And another class I'll write class of string 2 instead of 1, again inherit with example, and name here I'll use as of string 2. Okay, and here also I'm trying to create an instance or method, a static method, and then def static open close bracket colon, and then print percent s static open close bracket called offspring 2 dot name. Right now example dot static offspring dot static offspring 2 dot static. Now can you tell me guys output of this program? First run compile run line by line. Was we return this line, remember, static, so it will directly call this static. Okay, so here what we will get, example dot name contain example, so it's example static called. See here output will see example static called again it is calling this. See, remember static members, whatever you return, you directly need to call it. So last time what we see, super keyword, super function, right? In that if there is a child class, what is the example here? This is the example, right? If we have child class, remember we try this object of child class. So when we try to call this method, it will not call parent method, it will call child method, right? So we saw this thing, and if you want child method, you need to create an object of child or parent class, and then you will get parent class member. Now through this super keyword we can call parent member also. See, parent member altered we call through child object. Getting my point? Now here with the help of a string of spring 1 dot static. What is of spring 1? It's basically a class, and in that class we don't have any member. See, we don't have any member here. So when we write static, it will check in inherited with class example, and it will check, okay, this one we need to execute, so it will execute that part. Same thing here, we have member with same name, with same signature, and when we try to call is offspring dot static, so you'll get offspring static called. Why? Because offspring dot static will dot automatically call its member. So through object you can call, or you can call through directly class. So how we can use this directly class? You need to write this decorator. You can say attribute. What is the purpose of attribute? With the help of this purpose attribute, we can directly call its member, and this member is basically static member. Okay, so to remain the value same as a whole program, so that time we use static. Static is very faster, and we can easily call without creating an object of that class. We directly call here, we not create any object. we directly mention the name of class and then method of that class. And the keyword we should use is static because it is the predefined keyword, and you need to start with decorator. In decorator, this is called an attribute. An attribute, we have some different things also. I will tell you later about that. But remember, this is the thing we directly call through class. And if we not written anything here, like here we not written anything, so it will automatically call through parent class. Okay. Any doubt? Any question, guys? Hello. Any question, guys?
No, Mujahid.
Sure.
No, Mujahid. I'm good.
This is the last limit. After that, I will not disturb you more in that coding. But remember one thing, based on this only is possible to create our project. I'm planning to start project. In project, what we will do, some stuff related to database and Python. We will interact with Python and database. This one project I decided, and my plan is what I need to divide this into two. Ashok and Chaitanya will work on some another project which is related to. You can say me, suggest me which area you are interested in, so it would be good for us. This will work by Jagdish and Jayesh, remember. But Chaitanya and Ashok, you need to tell me your project detail. So according to that we will work, because this all thing is related to conceptual. But if we implement, then only we will get the benefit. Otherwise, it's boring. So if you have any idea, tell me. Otherwise, I have one web crawler project. So based on that, we can work on it. It is very interesting, and I'll just give you the conceptual. You need to implement it. If you need help, one another person also will join with us, Jesh. So he will help you in this area. No problem. You people doing jobs, so no problem. I agree with this. But you should work on little bit project. So it would be good for you. As I told you, we'll start one project. I need to take one project. So with a database and web crawler, I'm thinking. So we will fetch the website data, and that website data we will store into database. So backend side, these people they will work, and front end side you will work on this area. And here on both side we require Python. Remember, and this is based on your object oriented concept only. Database and Python connectivity and web crawler connectivity concept, and each and everything is depend on two things, which is basically your language, how much you completed, means the core concept, plus your object oriented programming, plus modules and packages. Three things, we have four things. Based on this only it's possible to create a project. So now we already covered this all two topics. Now remaining topics like modules and packages is not very hard, and you people already work on operation side, so it's easy to understand you what is the modules and packages and other stuff, and how we can configure and deploy other stuff. So my plan is what I'll take tomorrow this stuff, and then directly we will focus on project, and that project is based on what we will fetch the data from web through web crawler from website, and that data we will store into database. Okay. So here what we will do, we will suppose we have website, any website, we will see DistroWatch website is there. DistroWatch, this website is based on Linux news related stuff, Linux related news latest stuff. We will get distribution watch, and from there we need to fetch the detail about Ubuntu or some flavor of our Linux operating system, and that data we will store into database. We will do these things. So one person we will fetch the data, and it will give this data to database team, and database team will store that data into database. We'll try like this program. Okay, like this we'll write. So here we have web UI, web API, web UI concept, web user interface, little bit you should know in this area. You should know little bit about HTML. It's not very big, but little bit we should know. HTML is a set of tags, and we not require more things here. We just perform some HTML Python stuff only here. And here you should require a little bit about database. Like MySQL will take. Later we'll go with another database also. Okay. Any question? Any doubt, guys?
Definitely interested to do this project, Mujahid, but time is the biggest constraint here. But let's see how it goes.
What about Chaitanya?
Yeah, I'm interested to like.
I agree with Ashok and Chaitanya. The main thing is what Jay is one person with me. He's there. So he's full time working on our project. So what we will do, we will try to integrate this project and you just give them the structure, what we want. And after completing this whole task, you just see the code and you can understand the workflow. So we'll do one thing. And Jagdish, you just create a blueprint and give it to him, the database. You no need to create a script. You just
Yeah,
give
but,
him this.
but this
Yeah.
weekend I will create it and I'll give it to, I will send it tomorrow or Sunday.
No problem. Yeah, no issue, no issue.
Yeah.
But my plan is what we will understand this thing in very detail, and it is good for us. Remember, today is Friday. Yes. Oh, Friday. Very fast. Weekend. I'm planning. I'm planning to go with weekend little bit. Just you need to give this person time little bit and give the task. So both I'll also try to sit with you, and then I'll help you in this area. So web crawling concept, I will show you how to do these things, and this is all based on object oriented programming and core fundamentals. More things is object oriented programming. Whatever we require for object oriented, I cover all things, which is maybe some little bit boring topic, but it is important. That's why I cover all. Now we will go with this concept now. Database and web crawling. So here I will go with one another package called beautiful soap. There is one package name. So with that we will do it, and here we will use MySQL library. So decide as per your suggestion time this weekend and give us a little bit so we can implement this type of project. Okay.
Okay,
No?
Mujahid.
Okay.
Okay,
sense?
Mujahid. Yep.
So suggest me in group which is suitable for you guys. So I'll try with this time, and later what is my plan? We will make this project with Docker concept also. Means we will deploy this project into Docker, because you people interested in deployment process and other stuff. So I definitely interested to share with you this type of scenario. Means the last phase is what deployment we will see here. In that deployment we will go with the local machine, like developer machine, local machine we will see. Then we will go with server, and then we will go with concept called container. So in three area we will deploy: local machine, server, and then container. So in container, then we will learn the concept called Docker. Okay. So I'm planning to go till here. So help me and coordinate me. So it will be good for us to go in these three phases, and we'll see it. Okay.
Okay.
So we don't have more time, so we will try to finish these things in weekend only. So suggest me your suitable time on group. So I'll based on that we will sit together. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you guys. We'll see tomorrow
Thank you.
or at your suitable time. Okay.